Hi, my name is Brittany Anderson. Today I'm here to talk to you about the dangerous effects of texting and driving and why you should not do it. Now, many people do text and drive and they don't think anything of it. They think that they're invincible and nothing can happen to them. Now, the rules in Massachusetts are that no one is allowed to text or use the internet while driving at all, no matter what age. And also, no one under the age of 18 can use a cell phone to even talk on. There are many reasons why you shouldn't text and drive. One of the reasons is that using a cell phone while driving delays a driver's reaction as much as having a blood alcohol concentration at the legal limit of 0.08%. You wouldn't want to drive drunk, so why should you text and drive? The reaction time slows down to 3 to 4 seconds to stop while you're texting, even if it's just a simple text such as yes or no. While you're on the highway, you can travel the length of a football field while looking at a text. This is because if you're traveling the average speed limit, which is 55 miles an hour, if you look down for 5 seconds, which is the average time it takes to look or answer a simple text, you would have gone the length of a football field, which is unreal. That's a really long distance to not be paying attention to the road, especially on the highway. And you're also 23 times more likely to crash while you're texting than if you're just driving without any distractions. There are many reasons that people say that they can text and drive and why it's okay. They believe that reading a text is safer than sending one, so they can check if their phone rings or not, or if they receive a text message, but it's really just as dangerous to read a text because you're still looking away from the road, concentrating on something else. Also, a lot of people believe if you hold the phone near the windshield over your steering wheel, it makes for better vision. But this isn't true because it's still using both of your hands rather than having them on the wheel completely. Also, a lot of people say they only text at a stop sign or a red light, but this can also be dangerous because they could not notice a car coming from another direction, or it's really distracting on the road. Also, some people do use voice control to compose messages, but when that is happening, you're still concentrating on something else. You still have to hold the device in your hand most of the time, which takes away from driving. There are many facts that go along that are shocking, and they will cause a lot of people not to text and drive. There are 1,600,000 accidents per year just from texting. And also, would you drunk drive is one of the questions you should ask yourself, and obviously you would say no. You're 6 times more likely to crash than while being intoxicated if you're texting. Also, when you text and drive, it is the same effect after having 4 beers when you drive. Also, would you let a blind person drive your car? Of course not. When you send a text, it's like driving blind for 5 seconds. You're not even looking at the road or paying attention to anyone in the way. There's a funny picture on my presentation, and it shows 4 cars. It's just a good example to show, what the effects are. Regularly, your reaction time, and then it shows drinking 4 feet you need reaction time for, reading an email 36 feet, and texting 70 feet, which is amazing. It's such a big number that you aren't looking at the road for. You could hit so many things and you would have no idea. 77% of young people actually admit to texting while driving. They feel like they can safely text while driving. It's not even just, it's kind of dangerous. They think that they're masters at doing it, which definitely isn't true. So I took a survey with 20 young people that I know, and a lot of them I have driven in the car with. So the first question I asked was, have you ever texted while driving? 80% of the people, which is 16 out of the 20, said yes. 20% I asked, 4 out of the 20 said no, which I honestly feel like everyone has at least once texted and drove, and maybe they just didn't want to admit it. The other question I asked was, do you agree with the texting and cell phone laws? 75%, which was 15 out of 20, said yes completely. 5%, which was 1 out of 20, said no. And 20%, which is 4 out of 20, said yes with the texting law, but no with talking on the phone. They felt like they should be able to talk on the phone at any age, and they didn't think it was dangerous or a hazard to anyone else on the road, which it's been proven that it is, because you're concentrating on something else. You're not just paying attention to what's on the road. And also I put a picture up of a map of the United States, and it's not only Massachusetts that has these laws. There's over 40 states, over 40 states that have this law now, and it's just amazing. A lot of them have different types of laws too that don't have the complete like texting ban. But they have so many because they've realized it's so dangerous, causes many accidents, because distracted driving is the leading cause of accidents in the United States. So I added a few pictures on my visual aid that shows people texting, and there's people in front of them and they don't even see it. They look down for 1 second, a little kid could run out in front of them and they would have no idea. So I hope my presentation gave some insight on the dangers of texting and driving, and I hope no one does it anymore, and I hope this shows that you should talk to your friends maybe and tell them, put down the cell phone, I'll text for you, I'll make the call for you, it can wait. Doesn't matter what the text is, to save life, it can wait. Thank you.